Hey guys, my name is That Quiet Kid, and today we are going to do a room called Nmap on Tryhackme. I have deployed this machine, and let's connect to the Tryhackme VPN. Command is simple: sudo open VPN and your configuration file. Click enter, and initialization sequence completed. So now we have connected to Tryhackme VPN. So let's Control Shift. Let's go to there. Control Shift plus. Okay. Okay. So deploy the attached VPN. We have deployed. Let's go on to task number 2, which is when it comes to hacking, knowledge is power. In this way, in this diagram we can see this PC which is trying to connect to Tryhackme on port 443, that is HTTPS, and Google on HTTPS as well. So let's go on to answering questions, which is what networking constructs are used to direct traffic to the right application. So when we have to direct traffic to the right application on a server, we use ports, because ports specify the HTTPS, the protocols which we are using. This is requesting data from a website that is using HTTPS, so it will use port 443, and if it is HTTP, then it will use port 80. How many of these are available on any network enabled computer? So there are 65,535 ports available. Click enter. How many of these are considered well known ports? So the well known ports are between 0 to 1023, making it 1024 well known ports. So click on enter. Let's move on to task 3, which is Nmap switches. Okay, what is the first Nmap switch listed in the help menu for the sync scan? So let's use Nmap dash dash help. Okay, so let's install Nmap. Sudo apt install Nmap. The password. Okay. Okay, the next question is, which switch could be used to do a UDP scan? Okay, it's actually dash SU for UDP, and if it was a TCP scan, then we will use dash ST. Okay, it is taking a bit of time. If you want to detect which operating system the target is running on, which switch would we use? So when we have to identify which operating system the target is running on, we use the dash O switch. Nmap provides a switch to detect the version of services running on the target. So to detect the version of the services running on the target, we use dash SV, service version detection. Okay, has it installed Nmap? Yes, it has. So let's do Nmap dash dash help, and now we can see everything. First, let's see dash OS detection, default scripts, SV, determine service version info dash SV. Okay, sync scan is SS. It is also known as stealth scan dash S S. SU for UDP. You can see here UDP scan, and ST for TCP scan, TCP connect scan. So which default output provided by the Nmap? The default output provided by Nmap often does not provide enough information. How would you increase the verbosity? Dash V option. You can see it is in the help dash V verbosity. Yes, you can see increase verbosity level, which means show me the output as soon as you find anything. Verbosity level is good. Verbosity level 1 is good, but verbosity level 2 is better. So how can we say dash VV? Okay, which should always, we should always save the output of the scan. Okay, so what switch would you use to save the Nmap results in three major formats? So we have to save the Nmap results in three major. Okay, this is the output dash on ox og oa, output in three major formats at once. So dash oa, which switch, what switch would you use to save the Nmap result in a normal format? So I think it is dash on, a very useful output command. How would you save results in a greppable format? The command is dash og. Sometimes the results we are getting just aren't enough. if we, if we don't care how loud we are, we can enable aggressive mode. So dash a is for aggressive mode. It will do version detection, OS detection, and it will be very loud as well. It will be detected by every IDS. Okay, I can show you. It is dash a dash a enable OS detection, version detection, and script scanning, everything. It is very loud. We can use it in CTFs but not in a real environment, because we will probably be detected by intrusion detection systems. How would you set the timing template to level 5? So the command is dash t5. Okay, how would you tell Nmap to scan port 80 dash p and port 80? How would you tell Nmap to scan ports this to this 1000 to 1500 using this? Click enter. A very useful option that should not be ignored. Okay, how would you tell Nmap to scan all ports dash p dash? How would you activate a script from the Nmap scripting library? Activate a script. I think the command is dash dash script equals to. I think it is correct. Yes, it is. How would you activate all the scripts in the vulnerable category? So I think we will say dash dash script equals to well. Okay. So now we are here for scan types. TCP connect scan, TCP half open scans dash SS, that is also known as stealth scan, and sync scan as well. UDP scan, TCP null scan, fin scan, xmas scan. So these are the types of scan. Click on complete. Let's move on to task number 5. So we will understand TCP connect scan. It is important that you are comfortable with three-way handshake. So let me explain you what is a three-way handshake. So basically, whenever we have to, do a data transfer between one machine and the other, we have to first set up a connection using TCP three-way handshake. So what this is, client sends a request like a sync request saying that, hey, I want to connect to your machine, and the server responds by a sync plus acknowledgement packet saying, okay, I am open, if you want to connect you can connect. And the client then, if it wants to connect, it will say will send an acknowledgement packet saying that, okay, I want to connect to you. And after that, the data transfer begins. So this is what a TCP three-way handshake is. For example, if the port is closed, RF793 states that if the connection does not exist, that is, it is closed, then a reset option is send in response to any incoming segment except another isn't. In particular, sync addresses to a non-existent connection are rejected by these means. Okay, so let's go down. What we have here, which RFC defines the appropriate behavior for the RFC 793 behavior for the TCP protocol. If a port is closed, which flag would the server send back to indicate this? RST flag. Now let's move on to task 6, which is TCP sync scan. This is the stealth scan because in this we basically do a half, you can say, TCP three-way handshake. We do not complete our handshake. So what happens is we send a sync packet, the client, and then the server responds with sync acknowledgement, that is saying that, okay, I am open, if you want to connect you can connect. But we then send a RST packet saying that, no, we don't want to connect to you. So this is how a stealth scan works. It is used to be very good for avoiding detection, but now it is many IDs detect this stealth scan because it was very bypass. First it was it is used to bypass older intrusion detection systems like firewalls. uh, uh, the It can be used to bypass old intrusion detection systems as they are looking out for three-way handshake because they detect this network traffic using TCP three-way handshake, but we do not complete a three-way handshake. At the end, when we have to send an acknowledgement packet saying we have to connect, we send an RST packet instead and saying we don't want to connect to you. But modern IDS can identify these. There are two other names for a sync scan. What are they? I think it's half open and what are the two? Half open and let's see, half open and stealth scan. STALTH stealth scan. Can Nmap use a sync scan without sudo permission? I don't think so because it is written right here. Sync scans are the default scans used by Nmap if run with sudo permissions. If run without sudo permissions, Nmap defaults to TCP connect scan. TCP connect scan is basically dash st, identify all the TCP ports. So I think it's no. UDP scans. Okay, so we all know TCP and UDP are two types of data communication methods. TCP is quite slow, but it is a connection oriented protocol, and UDP is a connectionless protocol. Means that UDP is fast, TCP is slow. And let's see, when a packet is sent to an open UDP port, there should be no response. This When this happens, Nmap refers to the port as open filtered. In other words, it suspects that the port is open, but it could be firewalled. If it gets a UDP response, which is very unusual, then the port is marked as open. More commonly, there is no response. Okay, so if a UDP port does not respond to an Nmap scan, what will it be marked as? It will be marked as open and filtered. Click here, paste it. When a UDP port is closed by convention, the target should send a port unreachable message. What protocol would it use to do so? So whenever we have to send, I think the error messages, we use Internet Control Message Protocol, ICMP. So I think this will be ICMP. Click enter. Let's move on to task number 8, which is null scan. These are all firewall more stealthier than other scans, and main idea behind these is we have to uh, stop ourselves from getting detected. Avoid We basically avoid detection, so dash sn, that is null scan, or when TCP request is sent with no flag set. Okay, then we have fin scan, which is almost identical in fashion. However, instead of sending a complete empty packet, a request is sent with the fin flag, usually used to gracefully close an active connection. So once again, Nmap expects an RST if the port is RST flag if the port is closed. So last we have Xmas. Scan perform sends a malformed TCP packet and expects a RST response for closed ports. So scans as a flag that is set. Push, urge, and fin give the appearance of a blinking Christmas tree when viewed as packet capturing. Okay, Fireshark. So that's why it's called Christmas scan, Xmas scan. Okay, let's go below. Which of the three scans shown use urge flag? So it is Xmas. Why are generally used? I think avoid detection. They are used to avoid detection, but let's see the answer. They're basically used to avoid detection. Okay, the response for open ports. There is no response. Unfiltered. Firewall evasions. Okay, I was looking for the correct answer and we have found it. It is used for, we knew it was used for bypassing detection, bypass, avoiding detection. So firewall evasion is the answer. Which common OS may respond to null for fin and xma scan with RST for every port? Microsoft Windows are known to respond with RST to any malformed TCP packets. So let's move on to task number 9, which is ICMP network scanning. So this is basically ping scan, in which uh, we use dash SN option and tells Nmap do not scan any ports, forcing it to rely primarily on ICMP echo packets to identify targets. So how would we perform a ping sweep on this network? So we will use Nmap dash SN and the net mask. It is basically a class B network. This is a class C network. That is how classes are done. That is from 0 to 127.0.0.1. I think up to there is class A. Then up from 127 to 191 we have class B, and then 191 to 192 to 224 I think it's class C. So it is /8 network, and /16 for class B, and /24 for class C. So it is class 172 comes under class B. So we will have 16.0.0/16. Click on enter. Okay. So that is NSE scripts. Safe, won't affect the target. Intrusion, not safe, likely to affect the target. Vulnerable, scan for vulnerabilities. Exploit, authentication, bypass. Brute force, discovery. So what language NSE scripts are written in? So they are written in Lua programming language. Which category of scripts would be a very bad to run in a production environment? Intrusion, because they are not safe. Intrusive. Okay, if working with scripts equals to safe, telling it the name of the scripts. Which optional argument can the FTP and non.NSE script take? Which optional argument does it take? So you have to go to Nmap. Where is it? Nmap dash dash script. Okay, how can we identify more information about a script? Using script dash help, and script name is ftp dot anon. Click enter. Okay. Okay, it is quitting. Why is it quitting? Dash s script dash help equals to script name. I think it is correct. Okay, I forgot to use the oh, and there is this hyphen. Okay, I forgot. Dash anon. Still, let's use the extension now. Okay, so it is giving us the information, and I couldn't see. My bad. If anonymous is allowed, gets a directory listing of the root server and highlight the it checks if the FTP server allows anonymous logins. Categories default auth safe FTP anon. It is showing us a link, so let's open link. We can see there is a script argument known as FTP anon max list. Number of files to return in the directory listing. So this is the optional argument that the FTP anon script takes. It is not max list, only max list. Okay. Searching for scripts. So we can basically search the script.db, which contains all the scripts of Nmap, and it is users share Nmap /scripts. Okay. Search for SMB scripts in this directory using either of the demonstrated methods. So let's use script. Okay. Okay, so let's use grep smb from here. Okay, it's actually as script.db. Okay, and what am I looking at? What I'm looking for. So, what is the file name of the script which determines the underlying OS of the SMB server? So, OS. We have OS discovery.nse. Copy this, paste it here. Okay, okay, got it. Let's go down, and what do we have? Read through the script. What does it depend on? So we have to check the dependency. Okay, so let's cat out this user. Okay, I forgot. Let's cat out. Instead of script.db we will paste our script. Okay, so let's check the dependency. Okay, dependency is smb brute. So now we are on task 13, which is firewall evasion. So dash ping dash pn option, because it will say all these ports where IP addresses and ports we are trying to connect are open. It basically treats everything as alive, effectively bypassing the ICMP block, but it takes very long to detect. And we have other dash f, used to fragment the packets, making it less likely that the packets will be detected by a firewall. Then scan dot delay, delay between packets sent. Bad sum, used to generate invalid checksum for packets. So which simple protocol is often blocked, requiring the use of dash p and switch? Which protocol is blocked? Is often blocked. So ICMP is the answer. Which Nmap switch allows you to append an arbitrary length of random data to the end of the packet? So we'll go back to nmap dash dash help. Okay, so random data. Let's see. Okay, yes, we have found it. Firewall evasion, IDS evasion, and spoofing. So we have this data length flag which says appends random data to send packets. Okay. Okay, so now is the practical part. Does the target respond to ping requests? So let's ping the target to see if it responds or not. We'll do ping, paste in the IP. It's not. I don't think so. It's replying anything, because let me show you. If I ping my local host, we'll see the output. And when we do this, and it does not respond. So I don't think it responds to ICMP ping requests. Perform an XMA scan on the first 999 ports of the target. How many ports are shown to be open or filtered? Okay, so nmap dash sx dash p 12999 and the IP address. Click enter. You requested a scan type which requires root privileges. Okay, so let's use sudo, paste in the password. Okay, it is running now. Okay, node host seems down. If it really up, but blocking our ping probes, try dash pn option. So let's use dash pn and use, let's do verbose output as well. Okay, scanning 999 ports. Okay, what is the next question? There is a reason given for this dash dash. What is it? The answer will be in your scan results. Think carefully about which switches to use dash dash and read the hint before asking for it. Okay. Okay, it is showing that 14.71% done. Increase the verbosity level to 3 as well. So it is 2 minutes remaining in this scan. And what are the other scans that we have to run? Perform a TCP sync scan on the first 5000 ports of the target. How many ports are shown to be open? So the sync scan, we know what it is. It is nmap-ss, paste in the IP on how many ports? I think it was 5000. How many ports are shown to first 5000 ports? So dash p into 5000 space. Okay, again forgot to do sudo, paste in the password. It is now 50% done only. Okay, host seems down. Okay, I think we have to use dash pn option before every scan. Is it connected to the VPN? Yes, it is. So 1 minute remaining. Okay, increase the verbosity by pressing V. Okay, it is taking too long. Now let's see what do we have here. Okay, deploy the FTP announce script against the box. Can Nmap login successfully to the FTP server on the port 21? Okay, it is also 1.5 minute remaining, 24% done. I think this should be done by now. 4% done. 51 seconds remaining. Okay, I think this should be done by now. Okay, so there are 5 ports open, so we can answer this question. Perform a TCP scan on the first 5000 ports, and 5 ports are open. Which were the ports? It was 21 FTP, uh, DNS server was open, HTTP was open, this MSRPC was open, and this MS WBT server was also open. So okay, now we have to perform that FTP announce script. Okay, before let's try to answer the previous question. Okay, so we have scanned all the 9099 ports and all are open and filtered, and what is the reason is no response. I think they asked for reason as well. That is, there is a reason given, which is no response. Think it is correct. Okay, I have a space. Okay, 999 ports are open to filter. The answer will be in your scan result. Think careful which switches to use and read the hint. I think no response. Yes, what I was pasting. Let me see. Okay, I was also pasting in the, okay, the dash, I forgot. Deploy the FTP announce script against the box. Can Nmap successfully login or not? So let's see. Here we are. Nmap. I think dash pn we have to use, but let's see. I think we have to use. Okay, so dash port number is 21. We are looking for dash dash script equals to ftp-anon.nse, and the IP address is 10.10.29.164. Okay, so open Wireshark and perform a TCP connect scan against port 80 on the target, monitoring the results. Make sure you can address. If you want to do this, you can perform. You basically have to open Wireshark and run this command. That is, let me show you what command to run. It's nmap st. I think you will have to use dash again as well, because it is blocking our requests, and paste in the IP. And then go to Wireshark. You have to see what interface you are running on. Okay, if config not found. Okay, let's run this command. Okay, after anonymous login allowed, so let's log in. 10.10. To verify, 10.10.29.164. Click enter. Type in anonymous password, something, anything, whatever you want. Click enter. Yes, logged in. So there is anonymous login allowed and nmap found out. So this is yes. Click here as well. So let's move on to here, if config, and now you can see use interfaces. So when you will be using Wireshark, you have to use this interface turn 0, because you are using this interface, that is Tryhackme VPN. And that, I think, completes our nmap room, and you have now completed the further nmap room. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Yes, I did, and learned something new. Yes, I did. Read the conclusion. There are a lot of great resources for learning more about Nmap on your own. Front and center are Nmaps on highly extensive docs, which have already been mentioned several times throughout the room. There's a superb resource. I was reading through them line by line. Learning them by rote is entirely unnecessary. It will be highly advisable to use them as a point of reference should we need it. So click on complete. So in this way, we have completed the Nmap room on Tryhackme, and that's it for this video. And thank you for watching.